In April 2024, I taught a 3-day workshop titled The Brain, Creativity, and the Unseen World with Maria Forland. She's a spirit artist and medium. And during this retreat, this workshop, we actually hooked her up to a 19-channel EEG while she was doing her spirit art. And if you're not familiar, what spirit art involves is actually drawing information related to a discarnate being. So somebody who has passed to the other side. And so tuning into them and then drawing an image that represents them or looks like them at some point in their physical life. And when Maria does this, it allows her to also tap into specific information about that person. And so this is her specific methodology for how she conducts mediumship readings. And so at this workshop, we had the opportunity to hook her up to a 19-channel EEG and measure her brainwave activity while she was engaged in this spirit art process. And what you can see from the results is that when we compared her EEG during spirit art to just drawing a tree, which was kind of the control condition, what you see is that there was a significant increase of slow brainwave activity, delta and theta, in the left hemisphere. That's where the red and the brighter colors are showing up on the diagram. At the same time, you see a decrease of activity of fast brainwaves, beta, high beta, and gamma. And some of this seems to be more prevalent in the right hemisphere. So there's this very clear distinction between the left and right hemisphere, which is very interesting because when Maria does these drawings, you can see she's actually using both hands at the same time. So what this suggests to me overall is a shutting down of normal cognitive functions. An increase of slow brain waves suggests that, so does a decrease of fast brain waves. But there appears to be some sort of a differentiation between left and right hemisphere, which also makes sense because the left hemisphere is much more language oriented. And so we would expect to see a decrease of activity there. It's a little more challenging to understand the decrease of activity in the right hemisphere. The second image is highlighting changes in activity in the temporal lobes, which is where we see most of the change for her. And again, you can just see it very clearly, that increase of delta and theta, the decrease of beta, high beta, and gamma. And of course, the temporal lobes are involved in lots of different things, but it's actually a common area that shows up in some of the research with people who experience the presence of some other kind of energy or spirit force. So this is the first of many experiments we'll be doing with this kind of spirit art exploration or creative ways to engage in spirit communication and mediumship. To learn more about some of this research and explorations into the brain with mediumship, psychic abilities, telepathy, ESP, and energy healing, I would encourage you to check out my latest book, Becoming Psychic: Lessons from the Minds of Mediums, Healers, and Psychics.